Welcome back to another episode of Teed Off with Joe Meglin, brought to you by Pure AV. Gotta say, they have all of your audiovisual needs, whether you're gonna put a simulator in your house, some really cool speakers, they're just gonna make your house fucking awesome.
Hey guys, my name's Andrew Pugh. I'm the head golf professional at Little Mountain Country Club. I've known Joe for a couple years now, and I've asked him for a golf lesson a number of times, and he's always just blown me off.
All right, so today Andrew Pugh's coming to see me. Definitely called me yesterday begging to come in and see me so that he could play better golf with snap hooking the ball off the tee. And let's take a look at what Andrew's doing. We got his swing here. Oh, there she is. All right, so we've got Andrew's swing here, and first off, Andrew has no fucking idea how to align. So first off, what we need to teach Andrew is just how to aim properly. So he understands that he needs to point his body parallel left of his target line. So the camera is pointed kind of right down his stance line here, and then his target line would be over here. Andrew thinks that he's pointed way the over here. It's gonna be hard to play golf that way if you can't align yourself. But again, if he's hooking it that much, he's probably gonna aim to the right to play it. I don't know if this one specifically, but we're also getting, yeah, that's toe, that's not good. But we're getting some heel contact in some of these as well too. Those ones are actually pretty good. His first ones, yeah. So he gets it kind of all over the face, which isn't helpful as well either. But when we start looking at what tour players do, so we've got Rory McIlroy here. And if we watch Rory, he's aiming kind of right down the line. So here's his stance line and then his target line. He's parallel to that. And then from the top of the swing, what's gonna happen is the club's gonna drop to the inside. So now he's able to create that rotation with his hips through to stabilize the club face. Andrew's jumping up too soon. There is some things going on in the backswing, but I'm not a miracle worker. I can't fix everything in an hour. I don't like how he loads his right elbow. That's pretty shitty, right? But mainly I just gotta get him to understand where to aim so that he can drop the shaft to the inside a little bit more and then start to rotate through the shot better. Until he can kind of do that, he's probably gonna continue with this left miss as the shaft then goes from steep to in to out. It's a very common problem that I see from better players, especially golf pros. So they have this move that I call a late shallow. So the shaft and the hand path move out. We can see Rory moving the shaft and the hand path more down. And so now he's got to find a way to get it back onto that plane line. What he's going to do is jump up and not rotate, right? So that allows the club to unhinge, get back to the inside a little bit, but essentially it stops the rotation of the pivot, which would help him stabilize the face, right? You see Rory going through, he's gonna have a lot more rotation there. So let's teach him how to aim since he's shitty at that, and then try to see if we can't get the club sequencing a little bit better for him. So how are we doing today, Andrew?
Good, all right,
Good
Joe.
to see you
Good
again,
to see you, man.
So I see that you are putting your staff bag right up on the tee so everyone can kind of see who you are, huh?
Yep.
Are you important these days?
Kinda. I like to think so, at least.
All right, well, what are we working on today?
I cannot hit my driver on this planet right now.
You know, that's a problem I see with a lot of golfers. In fact, most people come to see me because they're struggling with the driver. I don't see very many people complain about hitting their 8 or 9 iron crooked, but let's see it. Go ahead, why don't you hit one here? Yep. Get this ball teed up for you and take a rip at it. We're gonna move this out of the cut because it's my show.
All righty.
So when we got on the tee box with Andrew and we started looking at what he was doing, and he had mentioned to me over the phone that he had been working with his Uncle Jimmy, and honestly, like, trying to fix someone on the golf course is probably the worst fucking thing that you could do. But most of the time, the people that are giving advice out there don't know what the hell they're talking about. All right, so that's
There
about
it
what we're
is.
seeing, huh?
Yep.
What are you trying to aim at there?
I was aiming right of the orange stake out there in the middle.
Okay, so why don't you get yourself set up again there for me?
Yep.
Don't hit this one, but just get yourself aligned. I want to show you something. Okay, great. So kind of step out of here for me.
Yep.
So I can show you. Actually, I mean, you could probably tell already, but like, does that look like you're aiming at that orange stake there?
No.
No, we're about 50 yards
right of it.
So a very common problem I see with golfers is definitely alignment. If the player is going to aim too far to the right of the target, right? So this is basically how Andrew's deciding that I'm gonna aim 50 yards right, and it's a good idea to take this club face and just flip it as hard as I fucking can through impact to try to hit it at my target. Just a very inconsistent way to play golf. So what players do then is they try to get the club moving outside the hand path. Where Andrew's really struggling is as he's coming through impact, he can't stabilize the club face, partially because he's aiming so far right, but also because if he were to rotate from this position, he would swipe across it and hit a big slice. Better players tend to hit hooks from those positions. So what we're going to start with today with Andrew is we're just going to try to get him to aim a little bit straighter, right? I love these alignment stick drills for players. So we're going to kind of blow his mind here with where he's setting up. So we're going to, there's our target line right there. You understand parallel lines? Did you pass that class in elementary school?
I did.
Okay, good. So we're going to put the other one parallel to that as best we can, right? This is kind of the hard part to do this quickly. Get it in the right spot here. So why don't you go ahead and set up in there, and if I need to make any more adjustments to it, I can. So this is going to be, yeah, we're good right there. All right, so you're still a little close. I don't want you to close off. So this ball's probably going to go way to the left. Yep. But that's okay. I just want you to hit I want you to hit a shot or two, just kind of getting comfortable with this alignment, right?
Yep.
And what you want to do, so when you're starting to change your alignment, you got to get your eyes comfortable with where you're aiming. So I want you to start looking down the target line at the orange stake, right?
Okay.
So get yourself set up. I love this station here with an alignment stick down the target line and the other one parallel. We can move it a little closer to his feet if we wanted to, but that's in a pretty good spot right there.
I've been hitting it the worst I've ever hit it in my life. I called Joe yesterday after my round of golf and was begging him to take me in and just help me out. I was hooking it so far left, I couldn't even keep it on the golf course.
You know, we're trying to avoid downtime on this show, so you need to hit it a little fucking faster for me, okay? Right? Like, nobody wants to watch you aim, right? Although I did tell you to look down the target line. Just one look, though.
Got it.
Just down the target line with your eyes right now. Kind of go down. Good. Look back at the ball. No, don't look at me. Do that again, right? Look down the target line. Slowly. I'm talking this time, so we don't have to worry about downtime on the cut. So look down the target line. Good. Back to the ball, and now go.
All right.
You just looked again. What are you doing? This is coaching, right? You're supposed to listen to me. Look down the target line, back to the ball, and just go. Oh, look at that. Maybe we don't need to fix your swing. Just have to fix your aim. That's the best drive you've hit in a month. All right, so we just worked with Andrew on trying to get the club in a better position from the top. And I didn't really let him hit any full shots, especially with the driver. And honestly, I don't really like working with driver players a lot. Andrew's a little bit better player, so he was able to adjust pretty quickly in that short amount of time. So that was great.
I honestly found it pretty impressive how quickly Joe found the problem in my golf swing. I mean, within the first 3 or 4 shots I hit, he knew exactly what I was doing wrong, and I actually had no idea what I was doing wrong.
All right, good. So we're still seeing the left. You tend to close the face a lot through impact and hit the heel. That's where we're talking about that club path, right?
Yep.
So let me see the club for a second. So again, like we were talking about with Andrew, the hand path from the top of the swing works out, right? I see this problem with tons of golfers where the shaft plane gets very steep from the top of the swing. And then better players, so I call this the late shallow. I see this out of all kinds of club pros where they push the hips in and get the club to shallow late. If they have really good timing on the day, they can hit it pretty good. Andrew's working too much because his boss is just driving him, right? So he's going like this, closing the face too much. So we're gonna do some drills here, right? I know this is helping our alignment, but we're gonna take this stick and we're gonna put it over here for you, right? So what we're gonna try to get Andrew to do is understand how to get the club to drop behind him here from the top and then move it back around the circle. Because we want the club essentially going from inside back to inside as we're swinging it. And Andrew's goes kind of more outside and then inside very late and up. So we're just gonna do some slow rehearsals where you swing your arms in, drop the shaft, and then you're gonna try to match your right arm over top of the stick into the finish.
Got it.
So let's see that. Come on over here a little bit more for me. Keep coming a little more. Good. So this is for this drill, I really want that underneath your hand. So the feel through impact, and this is where Uncle Jimmy was saying turn, is not necessarily the turn, just exit more left. Right? And you can see how as the hands open up, or as the hands move left, the chest opens up automatically, right? So now the exit of the club is more around the body. You don't have to necessarily feel the turn. The key for you is going to be from the top though. So go back to the top for me. So the key from here is to not turn, right? So the hands stay deeper, and then now you're gonna try to feel like the hands move this way. So let's just do, I call them Tommy Fleetwoods. Right? Kind of arms back, lower the arms, and then go around your body. Yeah, kind of. I mean, it looks super uncoordinated. I thought you were a golf pro. Even though Andrew thinks he's advanced at golf, you know, this is something that is a more advanced topic typically, right? Where we're trying to get players to kind of move the hand path a little bit more left. But you know, that first part from the top of the swing where we're trying to get him to lower his arms, that's good advice for almost any player that I see in my teaching bay. Let's try that again. So go back, drop the arms, and then exit left. Good, so let's do that continuous, right? So don't stop on this one. Yeah, there you go. A little bit more continuous.
Yep.
Good, so that's going still too high, right? You really have to feel that right arm low across your chest, and I want you stopping at arm parallel. Shaft behind you, yeah, but
here?
Yeah, keep going. So you're off your back foot, right? You're not 30 handicap. Good, over here, good. Didn't you play basketball?
I did.
All right, you're not very coordinated with golf club.
I'm a little old.
Old, aren't you 22?
Yeah, I feel old.
Okay. Wait till you turn 40. I can barely bend down and put the ball on the ground anymore for you. All right, let's see that again. Give me that move. Yeah, that's better, right? So what do you think? So I don't know if you haven't probably been through much of the education stuff yet, but which direction do you think this ball's probably gonna go?
Probably right.
Yeah, hopefully right. Otherwise, I'm a terrible instructor.
Yep.
So set up again for me. All right, perfect. So you're just gonna, not a full swing, right?
Yep.
This ball should go like 150 yards. You're just gonna kind of lower the arms and then exit left for me there.
Got it.
All right, so we got rid of the hook, but what was shitty about that?
Hit it off the heel.
Yeah, so let's use some of that basketball hand-eye coordination and try to pull that shaft so far left coming through that you hit it in the center of the face. You know, so it was interesting that Andrew wasn't really able to do the things that I want him to do. He told me he was an athlete, but that didn't show on the tee today. Oh, there we go. So I don't mind rotation and turning, but I definitely think that rotation and turning is over-taught a lot of times. So we see, get out of there, move. I definitely see a lot of players like over-rehearsing this stuff, right? Trying to really get their body turned open. And if the shaft isn't in a good position coming down, you're kind of fucked trying to do that. So like most players are gonna steepen the shaft too much from the top of the swing, and then they're gonna rotate from there. You can see the club head's way outside my hands. I'm slicing across this golf ball so aggressively, I'm just gonna hit slices. Really the key is, and it's hard to do both, right? We can't multitask, especially Andrew over here, although that was pretty impressive. The key is to kind of get the shaft flatter first, really not rotating open very much. And from here, it's gonna be really hard to turn like a Rory would. So you just have to feel the handle or the hands move more around the body this way. As you would move the hands back around the body, that would straighten the shot out. So let's just try that a few more times to make sure it wasn't pure luck. Pure luck, just like pure AV, right? Have you been down there?
I have not.
You gotta check that place out, it's fucking sweet. All right, so let me get a rehearsal from you first.
Yep.
So go back, right, arms down, and then exit left. Come on, dude, coordination, right? What the fuck is that?
Go
Try that
full
again.
speed?
No. Like, why would you ever swing a driver like this? Just drop your arms. Dude, come on, here, right? Get off your back foot. Yeah, there we go. So now you're rotated, but it's from the hands moving left, not from just spinning your hips. Yeah, the hands are gonna be the driver of the motion. So lower your arms and then exit left. Yeah, just a little slower, continuous, and stop here so you can check it.
Yep.
So I want your arms moving. That's it, good. And now we just do that on the golf ball and see what happens. Actually, I want you more over here when you're setting up to it so that you can visualize the hand path moving around the body. This is a great drill for anyone struggling with a hook, right? This is a hook fix, right? If you're slicing the golf ball and you do this, you're f***ed. So better, right? So as you're exiting left, you can't let the forearms flip that thing closed because you're gonna hit that thing further left. So let's try that again. And I mean, I want you to hit another one.
Yep.
If you were practicing this, you would do more rehearsals, right?
Yep.
So when you're practicing the golf swing, we need you to do a lot of rehearsals to make the move happen. People revert back very, very quickly when they're trying to make swing changes, right? So set up your drill station. Again, you hookers of the golf ball, what are you doing, right? You're getting the hand path out a lot of times. You're pushing the hips in and you're flipping the hands coming through. So we need that arm coming down and then feeling the hand path moving left. So let's see that. Lower the hands, move the hand path left. That's almost it. I want you to try to fade this golf ball, right? Like I said, on that one you hit really good, Like you're literally trying to pull the hands. Go ahead, set up
Through.
there. Yeah. So as you get through the bottom, you're trying to pull the club left so hard. Again, you hit the heel, so you can do this a lot.
Yep.
That the club's moving this way and the face stays more square. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you got a little chicken wingy there, but I mean, if you're just chicken winging it and hitting it fucking 250 straight, I think
Yep,
you'll take that.
I would.
Right? Because you're hitting it on the wrong planet right
Exactly.
now. That was great, man. I love it. You know, again, just to kind of summarize here, Andrew's that late shallower golfer. Typically, you players are pretty good, probably anywhere from like a 4 to a 15 handicap. And you get to the top, pretty good position. You'd spin open trying to create speed. Then you push the hips in to dump the shaft. Some inexperienced coach like Jimmy will just tell you to turn, right? Which might fix it in the short term. But really what we need to do is fix the cause, right? So the cause of that is the shaft steepening. We need that shaft lowering first. Then we can start feeling that rotation, that handle exiting left. So we need the club swinging inside to inside. Golfers who do this really well, obviously Rory McIlroy is great at this. Tiger Woods has always swung kind of in a flat position coming down and then done a really good job exiting left. So that would be golf swings that I'd want you to try to mimic. Rory overdoes it a little bit, so I know someone on there is going to be like, but fucking Rory gets it way here and he turns his hips 7 degrees at impact. I understand that, right? But it's a look and a feel for players who are moving the shaft too much this way to move it the other way. So I know Andrew was begging to get in, and I'm willing to help players like Andrew as a PGA associate because I want those players to succeed in this game. We need good golf professionals like Andrew kind of leading other golfers. So I'm more than willing to help players, and that's why we're doing a show like this, to help guys like Andrew and then help players like you as well too.